This is State of Michigan versus Randy Coleman, case 2405772201 and case 2405846101. Today is the date set for a redetermination hearing. Can I have appearances, please?
Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748.
Jessica Scheib on behalf of Mr. Coleman. Sir, please state your full name for the record.
Randy Dantes Coleman.
All right, thank you, Mr. Coleman. Bond is set intentionally unaffordable in this matter. Ms. Scheib as to bond.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Your Honor.
No, I was just saying these matters. I messed up, but I didn't mean to cut you. Go ahead.
Sorry. That's what I was going to ask, that we are handling both matters. So on the case ending in 8461, he had never been arraigned before August 7th. And on the case ending in 7772, that one he has a 30,000 capious bond on from Judge Giles for missing court July 1st, 2024. Your Honor. Respectfully. Yes. So I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a reasonable bond here, Your Honor. I understand the armed robbery case, the allegations, their seriousness, but they are allegations, and he is presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt. On the second matter, where he has the capious of 30,000 cash, I'm respectfully asking the court to convert that to a personal, and if the court is not inclined to give him a GPS tether and house arrest, then we understand, Your Honor. They're all allegations. He knows he needs to make it to court. We've had the conversation, and he understands absolutely no contact, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Douglas.
Your Honor, for Mr. Coleman, on the uttering and publishing case, I would leave that to the court's discretion. On the armed robbery case, the people are asking for a remand. Here we have a situation where Mr. Coleman allegedly is on security video, stabbing an individual who's just trying to stop him from stealing some chips, Your Honor. And so we do think that there is a concern here for the safety of the public. Mr. Coleman, while his priors are not ostensively all assaultive, he does have a 2011 assault with intent to cause great bodily harm, less than murder. He's got a January 23rd, 2024 attempt RNO. And then he's got a February 29th, 2024 attempt lying to peace officer for a 4-year more criminal investigation. So, Your Honor, he already has 2 convictions from this year. He has an extensive history of retail fraud, having multiple cases like that. He actually has one pending at 42-2 District Court. On my court, its website, it's showing that he has a retail fraud second from June, but he hasn't been arraigned on that yet, Your Honor. In the case where he was convicted of attempt lying to peace officer, my court is showing that he had a violation of probation hearing scheduled for April 2nd of 24, but he failed to appear, Your Honor, and a bench warrant was issued. So there is some capious history. We have here the response is being stopped from stealing chips seems extreme. And given that there's such a long history of retail fraud, we do have concerns about any sort of incidents in the future where someone tries to stop Mr. Coleman from allegedly stealing things, they could end up injured. So, Your Honor, we are actually going to ask for a remand on this matter.
Well, I would say this, having reviewed the investigative report, the part that, sticks out to me is that, as a result of this incident, the defendant is transported to St. John's for medical attention after making some statements which were highly, highly disturbing, which would indicate that maybe this is somebody that is not in, the mental mind state that they need to be in right now. Mr. Coleman, I know you have your hand up. I can put you in the room with your attorney, but I highly suggest that you don't say anything on the record right now because I don't want you to say anything that can get you in trouble. Do you want to speak to your attorney right now?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put you in the room with Ms. Scheib. All right, back on the record in the matter of Excuse me. Back on the record in the matter of Mr. Coleman. Ms. Shive, is there anything further?
Mr. Coleman wanted me to know that he has been there for a long time on those retail fraud, that he's been dealing with them, that he did please by mail. I let him know that our office is handling the matters at 36th District Court, Your Honor. He also asked for discovery, which I also explained that at this time, we don't have it, and it will be requested by his attorney that gets appointed to him at his next court date, Your Honor. So it's my understanding that he didn't receive the notice for the date. He's been in and out. He also is homeless. He believes things were getting sent to a previous address he had. So respectfully, Your Honor, asking the court again to convert the cash capious bond into a personal bond, and on the matter for the armed robbery, respectfully asking the court to consider. I know the court doesn't do personal bonds on those, but I am asking a high personal bond with a GPS tether and house arrest. And if the court is not inclined to do that, maybe a 10% bond, but any bond amount is going to be unaffordable to him, Your Honor. And I know that he has a court date on the 15th for the retail fraud, so I don't believe he's getting out until then, at least, Your Honor.
The retail frauds in Macomb or Romeo, something.
He
His-
leaves there in Macomb unless Miss Douglas has something else. I was looking them up.
Yeah, Romeo's in Macomb County.
Yeah.
42-2 District Court
Yeah, that's
is
Romeo.
his retail. Okay.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do, and I've heard arguments from both sides, and I'm reading what I read as far as the investigator's report. As to the first matter before Judge Giles, is that uttering and publishing? I am going to reduce that to a $30,000 personal bond. As to the robbery armed, the magistrate set a bond, and they made the determination that there was clear and convincing evidence that Mr. Coleman poses a threat to the community. And I agree with that assessment. I don't know what's going on with Mr. Coleman right now, but there's something up, and I don't believe anything other than a high cash bond can ensure the safety of the public right now. This matter bond was set at 500,000. I think it was set 500,000 cash or a shorty. And I'll leave it at that for right now. I mean, I think that's essentially a remand. All right. Sir, your next date on the robbery charge is going to be August 21st, 2024, before Judge Giles at 8:30. As to the uttering and publishing case, that matter is also before Judge Giles on August 21st. So those are your next dates at 36th District. We need to request a writ to make sure that he's bonded out from Macomb County, or this, not bonded out, that he's made available from Macomb County on those dates. All right, Mr. Coleman, you're all set for today.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, sir.